So we organized this over from masks, and because anytime we go office, we have to have 80 square feet. 81% of the homes, so we have to masks. And instead of making masks.
All right. Sean, we have a quorum. Sean, are you out there?
Brian, recording has started.
It started?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we have a quorum. We'll start. I'm going to call meeting to order, June 10th. Or June 8th, sorry. Can we stand for a pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And can we have roll call, please? Here. Shannon is present. Here.
Here.
Oh, okay. May 11th, 2020, minutes from Valencia Borough Council. Attendance, President Brian Himmelstein, Vice President Shannon McKenna, Rob Vecchio, Mayor Crystal Schultz. Minutes were read. Crystal made motion to accept minutes. Rob seconded, motion carried. Financials, Crystal asked why St. Barnabas in lieu of tax was $660 less this year than last year. Brian contacted the county and they are reviewing. Rob made motion to accept treasurer report. Shannon seconded, motion carried. Paying bills, Crystal made motion to pay bills. Rob seconded, motion carried. Remote visitors, Stephen Victor from St. Barnabas, Tori Burks, Joey Himmelstein. Old business, emergency declaration resolution. Rob made motion to renew resolution 518, 525, and 61. Crystal seconded, motion carried. Zoning, Joey addressed council regarding their May meeting. Letter received from the engineer regarding NPDES permits, retaining walls, stormwater, and recommends final plans for PRD approval is in council's hands. Stephen Victor presented plans to the Planning Commission, plans including replacing manholes contingent upon approval with storm drain inlets along 3 Degree Road. Shannon's thoughts were that Shoup Engineering should be contacted. Brian feels that the calculations are incorrect and the council should approve final plans with conditions. Shannon made motion to grant St. Barnabas final PRD approval. Rob seconded, motion carried. DCED financial planning tabled. Web Alley materials and equipment has been brought in and work to begin again within a week. MS4 and grant applications, no update. 2019 audit should begin end of May. Breakneck Creek flooding meeting with Veronic a week and a half ago is in agreement regarding stream banks and cleaning up debris. Spring newsletter should be posted Should be posted on the website and social media that elections are moving to the Methodist Church Hall. New business, property tax resolution, discussion on lengthening the face value to November 30th, 2020. Shannon made motion to accept resolution 5/11/2020. Rob seconded, motion carried. Crystal made motion to adjourn. Shannon seconded, motion carried.
I think the only correction is, I don't think I said incorrect calculation. I don't recall saying incorrect, that the stormwater calculations were incorrect. But yeah, take it out. Because we did grant final approval. Any questions or comments on the minutes? Can I have a motion to accept the minutes as read?
Make a motion to accept the minutes with the changes recommended.
And I second the motion.
All right, financial. Currently, right now, we have $136,114.30 in checking, $63,687.23 in CDs. Total cash CDs is $199,801.62. May's income was $29,659.91. May's expenses were $3,518.79. In liquid fuels, we have $35,270.85. That includes the 2020 distribution. Yeah, okay. Yeah. In escrow, we had a balance for it of $1,700 and $1,714.40. One check written for $229 to Shoup Engineering. So balance in escrow is $1,484.90.
What was the $670 income from St. Margaret's School?
That was the 3 checks for $600, $20, and $50 that were not deposited until final approval was made, and they went into general fund. That's expensive. Fire contract in June 4807.
Brings the new balance to $28,174.86.
28,000
$174
$174
and 86 cents.
86 cents. Just for the record, this meeting is being recorded. Sean, is there anybody out there in the public?
The only two members of the public connected are Tori and Julie.
Okay. There is no public present at the Borough building. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I forgot the financial motions here. So the total expenses for June are $28,174.86. Okay, June income is not current. Can I have a motion to accept financials as read?
I'll make a motion to accept the financials as read.
I second that motion.
Can I have a motion to pay bills, $28,174.86?
Make a motion to pay bills.
I second that motion.
So I want to have a little discussion on the emergency declaration. I kind of feel at this time that we should just let it lapse and get back to business as normal as possible come July. I don't know how anybody else feels about that.
I have no issues with it.
No problem.
Shannon, you have any input?
I think I'm gonna have to revisit my role on council and really think about whether I want to continue doing this. So that's my 2 cents.
As whether you want to continue serving or?
Correct. I don't think I can continue serving.
Okay. I think your term is up in November.
And it's good timing.
I mean, I was questioning that. Do you know when your term's up?
No, I do not.
You and I had last year.
Yeah, it's not this year, it's next year.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts of anybody to fill your position?
No.
No.
Just kidding.
Tori, Julie, can I have, do you have any input on the emergency declaration?
Yes, I do. I would like to make sure, as Sean had mentioned in our planning commission meeting, that we have the ability to call in if need be. I'm happy to come to the council or the borough building for a meeting for planning commission, as long as, you know, because I track daily rates and things like that of coronavirus. So as long as those numbers are low, I'm comfortable coming in, and, you know, if everyone's wearing a mask. Where I don't feel comfortable is if that somebody wants to participate in the meeting and they refuse to wear a mask. And then because of my own health issues, I'm going to have to step out. But as long as we have the ability to call in, which Sean had said, if you pass that resolution, then I'm happy with everything.
And just for council's clarification, that resolution can just be done by a simple motion and vote this evening for allowance of participation by members of council and planning commission via audiovisual communication. It doesn't have to be in a formal resolution.
Okay. You have the language for that or is there any language for the resolution or just?
The formal vote would be to allow, okay, let me pull the language. A motion to allow members of council and the planning commission to attend regular meetings via remote audio-visual communication. And I can email you that language so you have it for the minutes.
Okay. Can I have a motion to accept the resolution as stated by Sean? Thank you, Sean. Send that over whenever you get a chance, please.
I will do so.
Maybe at this point too, we need to possibly look into other telecommunications for the borough building, as in a commercial line, so that we would have the ability to have a telephone conference calls instead of having to call up Sean and, set up another video meeting.
Yeah, once you, I believe you guys have consolidated, if that I remember correctly.
Yes.
So they can provide you solutions that'll provide for a dedicated speakerphone within the meeting room, and then you can have a dedicated line for people to call into that number. They'll be able to work out something with you, and if you have any questions, we're happy to answer any questions you might have on that.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Sean. Sean, there's no resolution or anything to cancel the emergency declaration. We just let it expire, correct?
That's correct. By not renewing it this evening, it will expire today.
Okay. All right, I'll try to get in contact with Consolidated and work out some kind of system down here. A motion is for a resolution for council to communicate by remote means outside of the normal meeting. Old business. Any update from Planning Commission on any issues?
We really don't have too much to update. We went over some updates with the PRD, mainly with the culverts and the manhole covers. We had received an email regarding those. And then Planning Commission discussed the zoning ordinance. We had said to ourselves a long time ago that we would revisit it at 6 months. So we discussed areas that we think we need to reword within the ordinance, specifically in the PRD. We did come across some discrepancies during this whole process, so we would like to make sure that we don't have those discrepancies any longer.
Okay.
And this is going to be an ongoing project of review.
So you're going to just continue to review until we can decide on having a public meeting and making the revisions?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. There's nothing to report on the DCD financial planning. I'm thinking that is just has lapsed way too long. It would almost be a start over process at this point. The Web Alley drainage project is complete. And there's a couple other things I'll add to that in a minute, but I don't have a full breakout, but the cost for Aiken and Sons, the total project was $37,531.52. I still need to add in the materials that the borough purchased.
How much was it?
$37,531.52. So, yeah, it does. So I'm going to try to put together the other breakdown of that so we know exactly what the borough put into it and on the material side. But I think we have some bills. We had some bills for that tonight too. So, okay. There's been nothing to report on the MS4 grants. We know that Adams Township has applied for the $300,000 grant, but everything's moving slow on the state side, so there's nothing to report on that. The 2019 audit, have you had any correspondence? Okay, great. So audit is in process. And there's nothing to report on the Breakneck Creek flooding. No, the creek is at its lowest point that it's been in probably over a year. So hopefully Roanoke will get busy on some things. I have to just reach out to them and see what they're working on. Also working on getting some other responses from St. Barnabas through Hampton Technical regarding their facilities. Everything's kind of slow there. Is there any other old business? Anybody think? I couldn't think of any other old business. So that leads us to new business. We do have some paperwork to do tonight. Corey Schaefer and the PennDOT manager for our region asked us to update our turnback resolutions so that they are currently dated for 2020. All the figures stand as they did last year, but because the new fiscal funding comes here in July, they want a set of updated documents, basically for signatures and stamps. So we need to complete that tonight, which we can do here after the meeting. So not to keep everybody online, but
Would you like to vote on the resolution being changed from today?
It probably wouldn't be bad to have it into the minutes that we are updating the highway transfer project for 3 Degree Road. And the resolution the resolution only requires an attest and a signature by council president. So I'd like to have a motion to update the old highway transfer program municipal resolution, reflecting dates for 2020.
I make a motion to update the turnback resolution of 3 Degree Road to fiscal year 2020.
I'll second that.
All right, so we have 8 copies to sign. We'll do that after the meeting. Yeah.
I'm going on.
Sorry, you're going to stay for a few minutes afterward. All right. So I had a chance to talk with John Hawk and Gary Pico up at Adams Township. And with the work that was done on Elmira Street, we want to get those streets sealed. And it turned out that Adams Township is doing quite a bit of sealing in their municipality, and they agreed to let us piggyback some double coat sealing on some of our borough streets. That outline is so what I had them do is come down and we looked at the streets with our PennDOT representative and John Hawk, and we came up with a few streets that should be sealed and chipped. We're going to be doing Crossville Street to Elmira Street. We're going to be doing Elmira Street from Hayes Street to Butler Street. We're going to do Railroad Street from 3 Degree Road to the railroad tracks. And we're going to do Butler Street up to the intersection of Crossville Street. So that covers the whole hillside. That's all cracking on the one side, and the pavement's starting to lift. So we'll get that sealed up so that hopefully we don't have to do anything with that for the next 7 or 8 years. And quite a few other places. Oh, and the other thing we're going to do is Cherry Alley, or I guess it's Cherry Street, from Allegheny Avenue to Dodds Avenue. Yeah, from railroad tracks, Butler Street from railroad tracks to Crossville. So that estimate comes out $15,373, and that's for 5,211 square yards of double seal coat. So I think what we're going to end up doing here is a lot more sealing than paving, mostly for cost measures, and saving what good streets we have. So this is also be the first time in about 30 years that we've done this. So a lot of new technology and materials have come on the market. So I'm kind of interested in seeing how they hold up and how the borough can use them in the future. So I would like to have a vote on that, just to have it in the minutes that we agreed to do this, for PennDOT and Adams Township. But that is pretty much all the road maintenance that we're going to do for this year.
I make a motion to coordinate with Adams Township to do the sealing of the streets, identify cover.
Second the motion.
Okay. The other thing we have to that we want to deal with is in the CARES package from the federal government, there is money allocated for municipalities to try to recuperate some of their costs and their losses to the COVID-19 pandemic. Though ours are pretty minimal, they're basically the expenses we are paying for Sean for the video meetings and the advertising of everything to the Eagle. And so we're just we're waiting for breakdowns from Sean was going to have some of that put together here soon for us, and we'll have to put together the Eagle expenses for the advertising. So I think pretty much anything from January till June would be considered an expense. I don't think that we've experienced any losses except for loss of earned income revenue. And that's a very difficult one to put a number on. A lot of municipalities are having trouble with this. Currently, right now, as of June, we have close to $13,000 of our revenue. I got to go back a couple years and see exactly where that lines up for the middle of the year. We could estimate we could lose, $4,000 to $6,000 in earned income, I think. But I need to investigate that a little bit further. Our property tax revenue is right around $4,700 of the roughly $8,900 that we collect, which we'll be probably waiting for the rest of that until November 31st, until that resolution expires to extend the face value. Waiting for people to recuperate from this. So, and there's no word either on. I'm sure the school districts are going to want their money as scheduled. So we may be waiting a while to collect the rest of our property tax revenue. Any comments, questions? That's really all I have. Is there was anything that correspondence or anything like that? $20 revenue, $20.96 and okay. Yeah. Okay. We have correspondence from the Department of Labor and Industry for requires employers to provide notification of availability of unemployment compensation to employees at time of separation. Well, we didn't separate Ann, so complete notice and provide. Expired date of recall. I don't think we need to respond to this. Correspondence from Adam Township, building permit report for Valencia Borough, April 2020. No building permits were issued in April. One permit has been issued for 2019 in May for a deck on 63 Hayes Street. So he'll be sending our reports every month. So no building permits issued. All right, that's all the correspondence we have. So Shannon, I'll get in touch with you and we'll have a discussion as far as how we're going to proceed, whether it's to the end of your term or how we're going to finish this and find a replacement.
Sounds good.
You know, yeah, well, we need to have a conversation and a plan, you know, so, I mean, we can function as a quorum without him, but we really need that position. That's all we have. Next meeting is July 13th. Any problems with July 13th, anyone? On Friday.
Monday after when they start checking down.
Well, I will, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second the motion.
Thank you, everybody, for being here, either remotely or in person. Your service is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Sean. It's been great working with you. I'm kind of disappointed that we won't have you at every meeting.
It's been a pleasure being here and working with all of you. And as always, I'll have these recordings up by the end of the week. And I have a meeting tomorrow with our bookkeeper regarding those figures for you.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Good night, everybody.